Hey, good morning, Olive Branch. As you're having your time together this morning with just online and watching a few things, and maybe this devotional will find you in a state today where you're ready to think in a different manner. I think a lot of times we go through the difficult times of life, and especially when we've been stripped of so many things, and we forget that there is a sense that we can thank God. And so I went to Psalm 9 today. I want to read this to you. It says that it's to the choir master, according to the Muth Laban, a psalm of David. And remember, David's a man who had a lot of things stripped from him. He was a young shepherd. He rose to power. It was only stripped away as Saul pursued him. Even as a king, he had a son who tried to strip away his power. He had children who died. David's life is one of constant things that get stripped away and constant exiles and constant difficulty. And yet he is the one who writes these words. He says, "I will give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart. I will recount all of your wonderful deeds. I will be glad and exult in you. I will sing praise to your name, O Most High." And I love this verse because, first of all, David says, I want to give a wholehearted thanks to God. You and I know what a wholehearted thanks is. It's when we really understand the why behind what was given to us. And so when we engage in wholehearted thanks to God, I would love for you to do so today as you think through the things that God has given you. As he says, I will recount all of your wonderful deeds. Recount them. That means they've counted in the first place. And this is important because I think in a lot of arguments in homes and marriages, men and women have done things for each other. And what do we say when that other person ignores them or takes them for granted? We almost say like, what, that doesn't count? So me serving you in this way doesn't count? Oh, so me getting you those flowers doesn't count? Oh, so for me, raising our children and foregoing a career doesn't count? These kind of comments we make all the time because we want them to count. Isn't that interesting? It's not numerating, it's make them valuable. It's to make them significant. And when we recount, we remember the significance. And so this morning, I want you, or when you're watching this, I want you to stop and pause and recount what God has done for you. Or maybe for the first time, count what God may have been doing for you. You may be in the worst case scenario, and yet God is still doing things for you and to you, to love you. And I want you to stop and let those things count. Then recount them. Bring them up. Maybe you use a journal and you write them down. Read back through your journal and then spend a heartfelt time thinking about, well, how has this affected me? Why did God allow this in my life? These good things. And I want to thank him with a whole heart. If you'll do that today, I believe it will begin to shift some of our moods, to remember and to recount and to count for the first time the good things God has done for us and thank him with a whole heart. Spend some minutes today and do that, would you? I think you'll find it's going to be extremely helpful.